Welcome to RG News. Today we're going to discuss the top T10 AI news stories of July 28th, 2025. You're diving into what feels like a real historical inflection point for AI. I mean, these abstract concepts, they're becoming concrete realities fast. The pace is just, it's mind-boggling, isn't it? Staying updated is definitely a challenge.
Oh, absolutely. It's incredible. In just the last 72 hours, we've seen, what, four huge shifts?
Yeah, like what?
Well, first, a new kind of bipolar global tech order is emerging. Then there's this uh, unprecedented democratization of AI power, plus agentic AI. It's definitely arrived. And finally, a really crucial reckoning on the legal and ethical side of things. We're not just watching this unfold. We're seeing the future get built, like right now.
Okay, let's get into it then. First up, a major strategic move. The White House just rolled out its AI action plan. What's the core of this strategy?
Right. So this plan, it's basically America making a bold play for tech supremacy. Think of it like a new kind of space race, but for AI.
A space race, huh?
Yeah. It's focused on, well, aggressive deregulation and pouring massive amounts into infrastructure. They're even putting pressure on states using federal funding as leverage to get everyone aligned.
Wow, okay.
The goal, pretty clear, build a U.S.-led AI alliance across the globe. This is definitely a game changer for the whole ecosystem.
So what does this really signal for, the global power dynamics in tech?
It signals a hardening of positions, really, a clear attempt to define the rules of the game.
Okay, so shifting gears a bit, how's Beijing responding to Washington's move? You mentioned a bipolar order.
Exactly. China didn't wait long. At the WAIC in Shanghai, they unveiled their counterplan. It's all about global AI governance, but through multilateralism and cooperation.
So a different approach.
Very different. They're specifically championing the global south, aiming to bridge what they call the smart divide, positioning themselves as the leader for, let's say, inclusive AI. It really sets up this stark contrast, doesn't it? Like a potential digital iron curtain, forcing nations to kind of pick a side, choose between two very different visions for AI's future.
Okay, here's where it gets really interesting. Moving away from the geopolitics for a second, let's talk pure innovation. Alibaba's Qwen 3. What's it bringing to the open source world?
Ah, Qwen 3. Yeah, Alibaba just unleashed this thing, Qwen 3 235B. It's an open source titan. It uses a revolutionary architecture called Mixture of Experts, or MOE.
Mo, how does that work?
Think of it like having a team of specialized AIs inside the main AI. Each expert is good at a different task, and they work together. It's incredibly effective. I mean, its smashing Reasoning benchmark scored a 92.3 on AM 2025, which is huge. And get this, a 262,144 token context window.
Whoa, that's massive. What does that mean practically?
It means it can process and remember information equivalent to like an entire novel all at once. This really democratizes superintelligence. Top-tier AI reasoning is suddenly accessible to everyone, not just the giants.
Okay, let's unpack that a bit. And what about NVIDIA? Usually we think hardware with them, right? But what's this Nemotron Super V 1.5 about?
Right. NVIDIA, typically the chip kings. But Nemotron Super V 1.5 is different. It's an open-weight model, specifically optimized for agentic AI.
Agentic AI, meaning AI that can act on its own.
Exactly. Systems that can perceive their environment, reason, make plans, and actually use tools autonomously, like superpowered digital assistants. And the kicker, it's remarkably efficient. It can run on just a single H100 GPU.
Just one. That's impressive.
It really is. This positions NVIDIA perfectly to kind of define the standard architecture for this whole next wave of AI. They're providing the engine for these agents.
So what does this all mean for developers and businesses?
It means building these sophisticated agents becomes much more feasible, much faster.
Okay, let's talk legal stuff for a moment. There's a new bipartisan bill in the U.S. Senate targeting AI data practices. What are the potential implications here?
Ah, yes. The AI Accountability and Personal Data Protection Act. This is significant. It introduces a new federal tort.
A tort, like a legal right to sue.
Precisely. It allows creators, artists, writers, you name it, to sue companies if their copyrighted work or even personal data was used to train an AI without their consent. This could fundamentally shift the economics of AI, ethically sourced data. That could become a premium asset almost overnight.
And existing models.
They could face massive legal liabilities if they were trained on, well, data they didn't have clear rights to. It might force a huge split in the data world.
What's fascinating here is the potential ripple effect. Switching tracks again, completely Meta revealed something that sounds like pure science fiction, a telepathic wristband. How on earth does that work?
Yeah, sounds wild, right? Meta's Reality Labs published this in Nature. It uses something called SEMG surface electromyography. It reads the tiny electrical signals your muscles generate before you actually move.
So it's reading muscle signals, not actual thoughts.
Exactly. It translates the intention to move into computer commands. Users were apparently able to type over 20 words per minute just by thinking about the finger movements.
Incredible.
Meta is clearly betting big that this kind of non-invasive neural interface is the future for augmented reality, for spatial computing. Maybe keyboards become, obsolete.
This raises an important question about how we'll interact with tech. Now, GitHub, owned by Microsoft, right? They introduced Spark. Is this just another tool for coders?
Oh, it's much more than that.
Yeah.
GitHub Spark lets you basically describe an application idea in natural language, just plain English, and it builds and deploys a full web app for you with AI integrated.
Seriously, it just builds it.
Yeah, and it even sets up a standard GitHub repository. It's a massive step in democratizing app creation. Think about non-technical founders launching their first product, their MVP, in like an afternoon.
Wow. Here's where it gets really interesting for entrepreneurs. But what does it mean for traditional developers?
It definitely shifts their role. Maybe less focus on the basic coding, more on higher level design, architecture, and tackling the really complex problems.
Makes sense. All right, on the enterprise side, Walmart is deploying super agents. What does this actually mean for the retail giant and maybe for us shoppers?
So Walmart announced 4 of these super agents. The idea is to automate and optimize interactions across their entire operation. Customers, employees, suppliers, developers, everyone.
Can you give an example?
Sure. They mentioned one called Sparky that can help you plan a themed party, like a unicorn party, using AI. But it goes way deeper, automating complex supply chain logistics, optimizing internal processes. They're essentially trying to turn Walmart into a sentient enterprise, constantly learning and optimizing itself. It's a really bold move in their ongoing battle with Amazon for e-commerce dominance.
What's the impact of building this kind of interconnected AI system within a huge company?
It creates this powerful data flywheel effect. The more it operates, the smarter it gets, the more efficient Walmart becomes. It's hard for competitors to replicate that quickly.
These recent announcements, Walmart, NVIDIA, GitHub, they all seem to point towards something bigger. Is this it? Is the agentic era truly here now?
It really feels like it, doesn't it? We're clearly moving past just generating text or images, the passive stuff, into active agentic AI. Systems that perceive, reason, plan, and act.
So NVIDIA gives us the engine.
Right. GitHub Spark gives us the factory to build the agentic apps.
And Walmart gives us the blueprint for how a big enterprise might use them.
Exactly. It's all falling into place. However, there's a note of caution. Gartner, the tech research firm, is warning about agent washing companies hyping up simple automation as true agentic AI. They predict that over 40% of these agentic AI projects might actually fail by 2027, mainly because companies underestimate just how complex they are to implement properly.
So hype versus reality, if we connect this to the bigger picture, the potential is huge, but the execution is tricky.
Definitely. It requires careful planning and realistic expectations.
Okay, finally, let's touch on AI moving into really specialized high-stakes fields. Tell us about Spear AI. What are they doing?
Spear AI is fascinating. Founded by U.S. Navy veterans, they just raised funding and landed a $6 million defense contract. Their focus: applying AI to underwater acoustic data.
Listening to the oceans with AI.
Pretty much. Teaching AI to detect potential threats, submarines, drones, whatever, by analyzing sound in really difficult conditions.
Yeah.
Think low data, high noise environments. It's incredibly challenging.
Wow.
It really highlights a key trend, I think. The future value of AI isn't just in these giant general models anymore. It's increasingly moving into specialized, niche, vertical expertise, applying AI to very specific, complex problems.
This raises an important question. Where else will we see this kind of specialized AI making a difference? Maybe medicine, material science.
All of the above, potentially. Anywhere there's complex data in a specific domain. This whirlwind of news just from July 25th to 27th, it wasn't just a few headlines. It felt like a real shift, like a change in seasons for AI. It's moved from being this promising tech in the lab to a fundamental force that's actively reshaping our economy, our geopolitics,
Yeah.
everything. The era of just talking about AI,
Mm-hmm.
that feels over. We're deep into the era of execution now.
Absolutely. The future is genuinely being built right now, piece by piece. And staying informed isn't just interesting anymore. It feels necessary, doesn't it? Keep a close eye on that geopolitical chessboard, the US-China dynamic. Watch the open source space who releases the next big model. Track how regulations, like that data privacy bill, evolve. And maybe most crucially for business, watch Walmart's ROI on those super agents. Their success, or maybe their struggles, will likely set the pace for how other big companies adopt this kind of AI. It'll impact you more directly than you might think. Join us tomorrow on RG News for the day's AI news. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the little bell.